Mojave Model Railroad. Thank you for tuning back in. This is my very first product review. Hopefully we're going to have a lot more coming down the line. And what are we going to review today? Super sexy CSX ScaleTrains. That's right, this is CSX ScaleTrains ES44AH Rivet Counter. And we're going to go over and we're going to put it on the table right now. We're going to go into some of the details of it. Notice one interesting thing. No box. You know why? I can't stand videos where you spend 4 minutes opening the box already. This isn't Christmas. Open the box. So we got the box already open. We got the train already out. We're going to go get it on the layout and we're going to grade this Vegas style on how many poker chips from 0 to 7. Let's get it to the layout right now.
One of the features that really stand out for me on this engine is the steerable trucks. The applied brake cylinders, the plumbing, the rotating bearing caps. The details on these are absolutely stunning. Another cool feature on these trucks is the operating LED ground light on the left side of the locomotive. Basically, from top to bottom, there is so much detail that goes into this, that was put into this engine, from the ditch lights all the way up to just the individual grab irons that were put on there. It is absolutely stunning to look at. And again, I know some people were complaining about the X on the front of the engine. Supposedly it's not prototypical or it's off a little bit. You know, such small details, unless you are a complete rail fan, the majority of the people aren't going to notice the little things like this. And when you have that amount of working parts that had to be assembled for this, you are going to have little flaws. And this is run 1, so you are going to have little issues with it. But for the most part, the details, just are so fine, so fantastically put together. Now the graphics on the cab themselves are phenomenal. There's so many small little details, from the grab irons to even the detailed interior. It is so worth getting a close-up look. This has etched metal see-through dynamic brake intake grills and blower motors visible from the inside, and you can see right through them. It is unbelievable. They actually have 22 individually applied etched metal see-through radiator intake and exhaust grills on the side and top of the radiator compartment, and it is fantastic. I know it's kind of hard to see in these pictures how see-through it is, but we have a couple run-bys a little bit later in this video and you'll see how see-through those actually are. The only thing I have with ScaleTrains is I'm not a fan of their couplers. I usually replace them with the Katy couplers because I think the Katy tends to be more to scale. Okay, there is just so many details on this engine to really go through in an 8-minute video accurately. Number one is, I'm not familiar with all the parts. I'm going to be upfront and honest, and I don't think the majority of the people who are in this hobby could pretty much lay out every single part on those engines. What they want to see is they want to see an engine that doesn't look like a toy, that looks very realistic, and this one does, for a price that is affordable. And with the DCC and sound, which I have, it's $279.99. That's the manufacturer price. And if you just get the DC ready, it's $189.99. And that's not a bad price at all for everything with this engine. One thing I love about ScaleTrains is they use the ESU-LokSound decoders. And I am a huge fan of the ESU decoders. for a number of reasons, and one of them I'll show you coming up in the video in just a little bit. But it also has a stay alive. And for those of you that have slightly not perfect track, I think stay alive is one of the greatest new features in the model railroad industry today. It helps those that have not great track skills to be able to have an engine that's just not going to get stuck on turnouts. And let's face it, if a train doesn't run and keeps getting hung up, it's no fun to run. This train is really, really fun to run. The sound quality is absolutely fantastic. It's heavy too. It comes in at like 1 pound 7 ounces. It's a very heavy engine, so it should be a really good puller. If you have, multiple of them together in a constant, you probably could get really long runs with them. This does have the directional LED headlights. It also does come with a DPU mode lighting with the F5 feature. Now, one of the things that is really, really cool with the lighting, and I'm going to show you a night scene so you can see the difference with the lighting. It's absolutely fantastic, especially the ditch lights. They illuminate so well. It makes it look very prototypical. If you do any kind of nighttime running on your layout, this is just phenomenal. All right, let's just take a second and let's do a kind of a nice slow roll by on both sides of the engine and really take a good look at the back of the engine with the radiator and how see-through it is. You will see that Norfolk Southern in the background as it goes by because it is see-through. That is just a really, really cool feature I find appealing on this engine. Let's take a look at this engine running by at a step speed 2. This is after doing the back EMF. You'll notice it's not jerky at all at these lower speeds. Way to go, ScaleTrains. Now, some people did complain a little bit online about the sound and the horn not completely matching the prototypical type. Again, you can go in and change. There are other settings with ESU you can go in and change if you feel like you need to make it a little bit more prototypical. And again, 90% of the people probably couldn't tell you the difference. So for me, out of the box is fine. Now, one of the issues I had with these trucks is there are little hoses that come down and there's hoses that extend off the trucks themselves. Now, these hoses underneath, now it could be just a design flaw or it could just be my particular model as it was assembled, but they do catch and they make a clicking sound when they try to make these corners. Now, I just bent them back a little bit to stop that, but it didn't affect them from making the corners. Alright, so let's go to the back EMF and how I set up my engines with these ESU sound decoders. You're going to go program, and you're going to program on the main. So hit the program button, and you're going to hit enter to program on the main. And my engine is still set at 3, so just hit enter. And then we're going to go to CVs. Now we're going to program CV54, and we're going to set that to a value of 0. Hit enter. And we're going to escape out of the ProCab feature. Now we're going to go and hit the function 1 button, and we do, the engine's going to take off. Now, one of the things you want to make sure the engine is not going to run into anything, and you also want to make sure the engine is in forward mode before it takes off. One of the things you're going to notice is once you do this, the engine's going to run so much smoother at a lower step speed. So I hope this helps those of you that have the ScaleTrains, or if you have an ESU decoder, take advantage of that feature. It's a really cool feature.
Hi everybody, I hope you enjoyed that review of this super sexy, CSX ScaleTrains. This is the GE ES44AH, and it's the rivet counter version. So, how many poker chips? I need a drum roll. Drum roll, please. Okay, out of 0 to 7 poker chips, 7 being the best, I'm giving this little bad boy 6.5 poker chips. Not bad. Took a half a poker chip off for a few cosmetic things, which I pointed out in the video. But otherwise, it is a great locomotive. Looking forward to getting it into my spray booth and doing a little weathering on it. Woo, make it even sexier. Otherwise, listen, if you got one of these engines, let me know. Go down to the comment section. Tell me your thoughts of the ScaleTrains engine if you've got one of these. This is the first run. This is run number 1. So if you've got one of these engines, let me know. Leave a comment section down there. If you liked the review, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the review, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, go have a drink. Anyways, I'm hoping to have more reviews down the line on different products, not just cars, but buildings as we move forward. I have no affiliations with any of these companies whatsoever. I'm not sponsored by any of them. And even if I was, I would give you a very honest opinion. I do have issues with people who are sponsored by companies and everything is 5-star, super great, fantastic. Because in the real world, we all know it's not. So I would rather have somebody give me an honest review, even if they like it or don't like it, regardless. And that's what I hope you got out of the video today. So anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. Again, don't forget to follow me, hit that little bell icon, subscribe if you get a chance, share the videos if you want. If you don't want, I'm fine with that as well. Anyways, I'm Tina Marie from Mojave Model Railroad. Now time for me to get back on the layout, play with my new bad boy. Bye everybody.